Have you ever wondered why sometimes you can't seem to move forward in life? Why it feels like you're spinning in the same place, unable to achieve the results you want no matter how hard you try? Most of the time we blame it on coincidences, bad people, or luck. But let me tell you a secret. Maybe the real reason lies in the value you give yourself. Yes, it's possible that without even realizing it, you are undervaluing yourself, and this blocks your successes, relationships, and even your happiness. Stoic philosophy teaches us that a person's greatest strength comes from within. If you don't respect yourself, no one else will do it for you. In this video, you'll discover 13 hidden signs that show how you may be unknowingly underestimating yourself. Some of them will surprise you, and with others, you might see yourself thinking, "Oh, I do that too." That's why I recommend watching until the end, because today you might learn a truth that could change your life. And if you enjoy topics like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends, and activate the notification bell to stay updated on new videos. Sign number 1, constantly needing others' approval. Think, how many times in your life have you wanted to simply listen to your own heart, but ended up waiting endlessly for others' opinions, even on very simple matters? For example, you want to buy a piece of clothing, but you call a friend and ask, "Do you think it looks good on me?" Or you need to make a decision, but feel the need to get opinions from family, friends, or even strangers. At the core of this is a hidden belief. My choice isn't good enough. My judgment is weaker than theirs. This thought keeps you dependent on others' approval. Stoic said that true strength lies within. If you don't trust your own decisions and values, no outside approval will bring you peace, because you are not stable within yourself. Imagine for a moment, you are a ship. You hold the helm and must choose your path, but you don't take control. You rely on the winds and waves around you. Someone says, "Turn this way," you turn. Another points the other way, you go there immediately. In this way, you drift lost in the waves of life. Hearing others' opinions is normal. Seeking advice can be useful, but there's a fine line between taking advice and seeking validation. If you make decisions based on your own values, that is strength. But if you always need someone to say, "Yes, you did right," that's a sign of inner weakness. Ask yourself, was my last decision truly my own? Or was it influenced by someone else's approval? The answer can reveal a lot about your life. Remember, you are truly free when you live according to your own values, not others' approval. Sign number 2, struggling to say no. Let's be honest, for many of us, saying no is one of the hardest things. From childhood, we are taught that helping others makes them like us and value us. But as we grow, we realize that constantly trying to meet everyone's desires often ends up hurting ourselves the most. Imagine this. A friend asks you for money, but you actually can't afford it. Yet you say yes. At work, an assignment is offered, and even though you feel exhausted, you agree. In family, friendships, or relationships, you constantly prioritize others' needs, and what happens in the end? You sacrifice your own desires, your own values, and sometimes even your health. The saddest part is this: the more you say yes, the less people value your yes. They take it for granted. Your sacrifices become routine, and no one asks, are they tired? Do they really want to do this? Stoics said that a person without boundaries has no value, because your boundaries define who you are. Knowing where to stand, where to protect yourself, and where to say, "This far, no further," that determines your strength. If you don't set boundaries, everyone will freely enter and exit your life. Remember, saying no isn't selfish. It's respect for yourself and your life. Every time you say yes to someone, you move closer to them, but sometimes farther from yourself. Think for a moment, when was the last time you said no just to protect yourself? Or are you still carrying the weight of exhaustion from constantly yielding to others' demands? In truth, saying no is a form of courage. It is saying to yourself, my needs are valuable. My time matters. I am worthy too. Have you ever experienced this? You achieve success, you score high on an exam, successfully complete a major project at work, or simply reach a goal you've been aiming for a long time. But instead of feeling joy or pride, you tell yourself it's not a big deal. Anyone could have done it. Or I was just lucky. In other words, you constantly minimize your own achievements. This is the third sign. At the same time, it's one of the subtlest but also most dangerous forms of feeling unworthy, because you start to overlook the value of your effort, your diligence, and your talent. When a person consistently downplays their achievements, people around them also take it for granted. They stop valuing you because you've already devalued yourself. Over time, this becomes a habit. No matter how much you achieve, an inner voice whispers, "This still isn't enough. I'm not really that good." Stoics taught that a person's value is not in others' applause, but in the appreciation they give themselves. If you don't recognize your own effort, no one else will do it for you. Think about this. A seed falls into the ground and, through years of sun, water, and hard work, grows into a strong tree. Now imagine that tree saying, "I just grew by chance." Absurd, right? That's exactly what you're doing. Reducing the value of your growth by attributing your effort to luck. Remember, acknowledging your achievements is not arrogance. On the contrary, it is gratitude. Gratitude to yourself, your effort, and the life that works for you. By minimizing your accomplishments, you are doing an injustice not only to yourself but also to everyone who supports you. Ask yourself, when I succeed, can I celebrate? Or do I immediately make an excuse? If it's the latter, it shows that you still haven't fully valued yourself. Sign number 4, constantly comparing yourself to others. Think about this. You open social media in the morning. Someone has a better job. Someone has a nicer relationship. Someone has a more expensive car. Instantly, your mind says, "I'm falling behind them." If you are always comparing yourself to others, it actually stems from a deep-seated thought. I'm not good enough. The truth is, your life path is unique to you. Your successes, your struggles, even your timing, are different from everyone else's. Someone may reach their goal faster. You may take longer. Someone climbs one peak. You take another route, but that doesn't mean you are worthless. Stoics said that comparison changes the mind. When you constantly look at someone else's life, you aren't living your own. Instead of growing, you limit yourself. The real question is, are you better today than you were yesterday? Imagine this, life is a race. But your competitor isn't other people, it's who you were yesterday. If you've taken even a single step forward, you are winning. What does comparison lead to? Jealousy, self-doubt, dissatisfaction. And worst of all, you watch others' happiness and forget your own. Yet if you truly understand that your path is yours alone, someone else's success does not diminish yours. Ask yourself, am I better today than I was yesterday? Or am I just crushing myself by looking at others' lives? Life isn't a competition with others. Life is about knowing yourself, growing yourself, and moving forward on your own path. Sign number 5, failing to protect your own boundaries while respecting others. Notice this. You constantly put others' needs first. A friend asks for help on a project. You agree even if you're tired. A colleague gives you an extra task. You accept without considering your own time or energy. Family members reach out. You say no problem, all while ignoring your own limits. There's a hidden problem here. You place your own values second. Others' comfort takes precedence over yours. Their requests come before your needs. As a result, you feel exhausted, used, and sometimes even worthless. Stoic philosophy teaches that everyone has inner boundaries. Boundaries aren't just to manage others, they're primarily to protect yourself. If you don't maintain your boundaries, your energy, time, and even mental and emotional strength will deplete. Imagine you are a gardener, working day and night to protect the flowers in your garden, but someone comes along and disrupts your work. If you don't set boundaries, the garden will fall apart and the flowers will wither. Life works the same way. Respecting others is admirable, but failing to respect your own boundaries leaves you weak and vulnerable to exploitation. A strong person respects both others and themselves. Ask yourself, am I sacrificing my comfort just to please others? If the answer is yes, it's a clear sign that you feel unworthy. Notice this: you always work harder, give more, complete projects at the last minute, and constantly support your friends and family. But in the end, what happens? Most of the time, no one acknowledges or appreciates your effort. Sometimes they take it for granted. If you don't object, stay silent and quietly convince yourself that it's normal. This is the sixth sign. You don't fully recognize or protect your own value. Stoic philosophy teaches that a person's inner wealth is their time, energy, and effort. If you spend these on others, see nothing in return, and don't feel bad about it, you are not valuing your own wealth, your own worth enough. Think differently. You are a gardener, spending days planting, watering, fertilizing, and placing your plants in sunlight. But someone comes along, doesn't thank you, and doesn't notice the beauty of your garden. If this doesn't upset you and you quietly continue your work, it means you don't appreciate the value of your effort. The same applies to life. If you constantly expend extra energy for others, but don't claim your own rights, you secretly diminish your value. A strong person knows that every effort deserves recognition. You work, you give, then you must accept it and value yourself. Sign the 7. Blaming yourself for the smallest mistakes. Have you ever noticed that the moment you make a mistake, an inner voice immediately shouts, "Why did you do that? You're still not good enough." Even a minor mistake, a delayed message, missing a deadline, or simply not achieving the expected result, triggers self-blame. This is a very dangerous habit because it makes you question your own worth with every mistake. The thought, "I'm not good enough," grows stronger in your mind, causing you to constantly underestimate yourself. Stoics said mistakes are part of life. Everyone makes them. Making mistakes doesn't reduce your value. It gives you a chance to learn and grow. As you make mistakes, you develop and strengthen. For example, when learning a new skill, you stumble and fail at first. But if you blame yourself for every misstep, the learning process becomes a toxic experience. Growth doesn't happen without mistakes. Remember, diminishing yourself and blaming yourself for every error is one of the harshest and most harmful behaviors toward yourself. A strong person examines their mistakes, learns from them, but never loses their sense of self-worth. Sign number 8. Putting others' happiness above your own. For example, you spend most of your day attending to other people's needs, problems, and desires. You change your plans to make friends happy, delay your own desires to satisfy your family, or carry extra burdens for the comfort of your colleagues. In doing all this, you forget yourself, as if you don't exist, only others do. If you consistently prioritize others' happiness over your own, it secretly shows that you undervalue yourself. You push your own desires and needs aside because deep down, you believe, "My happiness doesn't matter. Others' happiness is more important." Think about this. You always prioritize your friends' plans. They have fun and relax while you feel an inner emptiness. What happens as a result? You feel tired, used, and sometimes invisible. Yes, making others happy is good, but never forgetting your own happiness is even more important. A strong person knows that you cannot give happiness to others without valuing yourself first. Ask yourself, am I protecting my own happiness? Or am I constantly sacrificing myself to make others happy, leaving myself empty? The answer will reveal the true measure of your self-worth. In life, everyone faces criticism, but when you hear even a small critique, that inner voice immediately shouts, "I'm not enough. I've failed, I'm worthless." If this breaks you easily, it means you don't see your own value as stable. You are constantly seeking validation inside, lacking self-trust, and even minor criticism creates a storm within you. If you break easily in the face of any critique, this is the 9th sign that you do not value yourself enough. Stoic philosophy teaches us that other people's words do not define who you are. You must give value to yourself. Criticism is just one perspective, a chance for growth. Accepting mistakes, learning from them, and moving forward are traits of strong people. If you think about it, you'll see that this inner voice, which often destroys you, is not actually right. A small critique is not directed at your entire being. It is merely an observation. But if you confuse it with your self-worth, every critique shakes your world. Ask yourself, does every criticism define who I am? Or is it a guide for my growth? Even more importantly, if you face criticism without breaking, but calmly reflect, learn, and improve yourself, it means you already recognize your worth independently of others. Remember, strong people act by listening to their inner voice, not the opinions of others. Criticism should not bring you down, it should make you stronger. Life constantly presents new opportunities, but often we miss them because of our fears. When you think, I can't do it, or this isn't for me, you are not just losing a chance, you are missing the opportunity to grow, develop, and become stronger. This is the 10th sign of not valuing yourself. Imagine a big opportunity arises, a new job, a new project, a new relationship, yet an inner voice holds you back. You don't deserve this. You can't handle it. This voice keeps you immobilized and nothing changes. This isn't just missing an opportunity, it's weakening your self-confidence. Stoic philosophy teaches that the greatest strength in life comes from within. Inner strength means moving forward despite fear and doubt. Fear is never the truth. It is only external doubts and the feeling of undervaluing yourself that drown your inner voice. Every time you overcome your fears, you increase your self-worth a little more. Every step, every risk, every courageous choice makes you stronger. If you avoid opportunities solely out of fear, you miss experiencing even half of the life lessons available to you. Sometimes fear controls us so much that we are even afraid to take small steps. But remember, small steps lead to big changes. Every time you miss an opportunity, you diminish yourself and your potential. Yet if you acknowledge fear, feel it, and still act, you are raising the value you place on yourself. In many moments of life, we put others first at the expense of our own needs. I should help them. They need my time. Even though it takes from me, I can handle this. These may sound like noble words, but they actually reveal the 11th hidden sign of undervaluing yourself. Think, you always put others first, while your own happiness, comfort, desires, and goals are pushed aside. As a result, you may satisfy others, but you drain your own inner energy. Over time, this leads to both physical and emotional exhaustion. Stoic philosophy teaches that inner value comes from protecting your own choices and boundaries. Helping others is good, but neglecting your own needs is disrespect toward yourself. The more you place yourself second, the more others will disregard your boundaries because you are not showing them respect either. Start with even the small things. Dedicate time to your own happiness in your daily life. Your needs matter. You must feel them, accept them, and protect them. Learning to prioritize yourself strengthens the value you give to yourself. Remember, while striving to make others happy, you must also be happy. Otherwise, you simply become a tool serving the desires of others. Recognizing your own needs and respecting them enhances your inner strength and self-confidence. Sometimes, there are moments in life when the real you seems hidden behind the image others see. You change yourself to please others, to maintain their perception of you. You literally wear masks. Behind this behavior lies a hidden message. The real me is not enough. Internally, you don't fully accept yourself, which is why you seek the approval and favor of others. Stoics teach us that our inner value should not depend on the opinions of others. Every time you put on a mask, you diminish yourself. Ask yourself, who do you truly want to be? Living according to the desires of others, or staying true to your principles, values, and authentic self? Protecting yourself begins with removing the masks about who you are. This is also the most fundamental way others will respect you. Remember, masks only hide your inner value and, over time, reduce your self-confidence. Every time you live authentically, you enrich both yourself and those around you with stronger, genuine connections. If you try to change yourself just to please others, that is the 12th sign of not valuing yourself. Finally, the 13th sign is holding back from wanting more in life. Sometimes we have big dreams but are afraid to express them or take steps to achieve them. Thoughts like, "I'm not worthy of this," or "this isn't for me," hold us back, suppress our potential, and silently stop us in the middle of life. Stoic philosophy reminds us that a person's greatest power comes from inner courage and confidence. To achieve everything you want in life, you don't need anyone else's approval. Undervaluing yourself, missing opportunities, and silencing your desires only limit you. Ask yourself, why are you here? Your potential is not just to please others, but to live your life fully, to express yourself and to show your worth. As the value you give yourself grows, you will also gain the strength to protect your desires. Pursue them and live life to its fullest. Never hesitate to want more. Protecting and pursuing your desires is one of the strongest ways to honor yourself and discover your inner power. Thus, a person's value does not depend on achievements, others' opinions, or wealth. Your value is in your existence. The Stoics said, "Know and value yourself, because others' opinions are fleeting, but your inner strength is eternal." If you want to discover your own value and achieve more in life, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like and share the video, and turn on notifications. This way, we can continue to provide you with more useful and valuable content. See you in the next video.